Dear students, next topic it's Colpitt's oscillators. So it's similar to Hartley oscillators in the operations as well as circuit diagram, except the diagram is in Hartley oscillator we are used L1, L2 and this one is capacitor. But in a Colpitt's the tank circuit is only difference. Instead of L1, L2 here we are using C1, C2 and inductor, right? So the construction in the Colpitt oscillators, Z1 and Z2 are the capacitors, Z3 is an inductor. R1, R2 and RE provide the necessary DC bias to the transistor circuits. C is a coupling capacitors, that is the bypass capacitor. C1 and C2 are the coupling capacitors. The feedback network consists of C1, C2 and L, which determines the frequency of this particular oscillators, right? The next one is operations. When VCC is on, a transient current is produced in the tank circuit, right? And consequently, so at the operation of the tank circuits, we got the damped harmonic oscillations in that circuit, right? So the oscillatory current, that damped oscillating current in the tank circuit produces the AC voltage across this C1 and C2. As terminal 3 is grounded, it will be at zero potential. If terminal 1 is at the positive potential with respect to 3 at any instance. Likewise, the terminal 2 is the negative potential with respect to 3 at that same instance. Okay. So under these conditions, we can produce a 180 degree phase shift between the terminals 1 and 2. So amplifier circuit provides a 180 degree. So total phase shift around the loop is 360 degree, which satisfies the oscillating conditions. So from that we can get the sustained oscillations at the output of the circuits. So that's all about the operation of the Colpitt's oscillator. Let's see the frequency of oscillations. So we know Z1 and Z2 are the capacitive reactance. So Z1 equal to 1 by j omega C1 and Z2 equal to 1 by j omega C2, where Z3 is inductive reactance, which is nothing but j omega L. So already we know the general expression of oscillator is HIE Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 plus Z1 Z2 into 1 plus HFE plus Z1 Z3 equal to 0. So now substitute the values of Z1, Z2 and Z3 in reactance values. HIE 1 by j omega C1, 1 by j omega C2, j omega L, Z1, Z2, j omega C1 divided by 1 by j omega C1, j omega C2 into 1 plus HIE, Z1 plus Z3. So 1 by j omega C1 into j omega L equal to 0. So j omega cancels. So this operation is similar to Hartley, that is the simplifications. So here we can commonly take this j squared. So j squared equal to minus 1 by j become a, that is 1 by j. 1 by j we can write minus j in numerator. So here also 1 by j is become a minus j. Here also numerator j. So we can commonly take j is in HIE minus 1 by omega C1 minus 1 by omega C2 plus omega L. Here j squared. So minus 1 by omega squared C1 C2 minus HFE omega squared C1 C2 plus L by C1 equal to 0. So for calculating the frequency of oscillation, we have to assume that imaginary part is 0. So this portion is the imaginary part. So HIE minus 1 by omega C1 minus 1 by omega C2 plus omega L equal to 0. So this comes to here, so it becomes 0. So this term equal to minus omega L. So minus cancel. Now multiply by omega. So we get 1 by omega C1 plus 1 by omega C2 equal to omega L. Now multiply omega, we get omega squared L equal to, so here omega cancel because multiply omega, right? So 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2. So omega squared equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 into 1 by L. So 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 is nothing but 1 by C equivalent. So omega is equal to 2 pi F squared. So F is equal to 1 by 2 pi square root of C equivalent into L. So this is the frequency of Colpitt's oscillator. Next, condition for oscillations. So here we have to assume that real part is 0. So real part is nothing but these terms. So minus HFE divided by omega squared C1 C2 plus L by C1 minus 1 by omega squared C1 C2 equal to 0. So 1 plus HFE divided by omega squared C1 C2 equal to L by C1, right? So L equal to cross multiply C1 into 1 plus HFE, omega squared C1 C2, C1 C1 cancels. So omega squared L equal to 1 plus HFE divided by C square C2 equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2, because already we know omega square L is 1 by C1 plus 1 by 2, which is derived from the frequency of oscillation in Colpitts. So now substitute that term, plus y equal to 1 plus HFE by C2. So take the LCM, we get this one, then C2 cancel because this C2 is multiplied here. Okay, so C2 cancel. So C1 plus C2 by C1, that is C1 by C1 become 1 plus C2 by C1 equal to 1 plus HF. This 1 cancels, so HF is equal to C2 by C1. So this is the condition for the sustained oscillation in a Colpitts oscillators, where in a Hartley the condition is L2 by L1, right? Here C2 by C1, because the tank circuit is instead of L, here we are using a capacitor. That's why the condition is C2 by C1. And next oscillator is clamp oscillators. So clamp oscillator is similar to Colpitts, except that here we are using a variable capacitor C3. That's all. So the remaining circuit is same, operation also same. The only one difference is here additionally one variable capacitance is added. Okay. So construction is similar to Colpitts oscillator, except it contains one additional capacitor C3 connected in series with the inductance L in a tank circuits. So the purpose of adding this capacitor is to improve the stability of frequency. When compared to Colpitts, in clamp oscillators, the stability of frequency is improved, right? So operation is same as that of Colpitts oscillators. So let's see the frequency of oscillations. We know the general equation of LC oscillator. Here imaginary part is equal to 0. So imaginary part's maximum comes this portion only. So HIE Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 equal to 0, where Z1 equal to 1 by j omega C1, Z2 equal to 1 by j omega C2, where Z3 is j omega L plus 1 by j omega C3, because here inductance is seriously connected with the capacitor. So minus j by omega C1 minus j by omega C2 minus j by omega C3 plus j omega L equal to 0. That is imaginary part is equal to 0. That is HIE becomes 0. Here j omega L equal to, the minus comes to here, so plus, so j is common, 1 by omega C1, 1 by omega C2, 1 by omega C3. Omega L equal to 1 by omega common, so C1 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. Now multiply this omega 2 here, so omega square L equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. So C equal to nothing but these 3. So omega square equal to 1 by L into C equivalent. So F is equal to 1 by 2 pi root L equivalent. So the only difference is equivalent is nothing but 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3, where in Colpitts C equivalent is only 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2. The next condition for oscillator, to equate the real part 0. So real part is this equation. So Z1 Z2 into 1 plus HFE equal to minus Z1 Z3. So 1 plus HFE equal to divided by, so Z1 cancel, so minus Z3 by Z2. We know Z3 value and Z2 value. Substitute this, then simplification we get 1 plus HFE is equal to omega squared L C2 minus C2 by C3. So 1 plus HFE is equal to, this is nothing but 1 by C1, 1 by C2, 1 by C3 into C2 minus C2 by C3. So 1 plus HFE equal to, multiply the C2 with here, C2 by C1 plus C2 by C2 plus C2 by C3 minus C2 by C3. So this term cancel, this term cancels. So the remaining is C2 by C1. So HF is equal to C2 by C1. So the condition of oscillator is same for both Colpitts and clamp oscillators, right? So that's all about the LC oscillators. So in LC oscillator types, we have seen so far 3 types. One is Hartley oscillator, second one is Colpitts, that one is clamp. So the difference is only in a tank circuit, whereas in Hartley the tank circuit consists of L1, L2 and C. But in a Colpitts, C1, C2 and L. In a clamp, C1, C2, L in series with C3. Okay, that's all. So for the derivation part, we have to find 2 factors. One is frequency of that particular oscillator. Second one is the condition of sustained oscillations. So for calculating frequency of oscillations, we have to assume that the imaginary part is equal to 0. So for that, we already have the general equation of LC oscillators. So in the general equation, we are going to substitute the Z1, Z2, Z3 reactance values and equate imaginary part 0, we can get the frequency of oscillations. For Hartley, f is equal to 1 by 2 pi root L equivalent to C, where L equivalent to 1 by L1 plus 1 by L2, right? Whereas in L equivalent equal to L1 plus L2. Whereas in a Colpitts oscillators, the frequency of oscillation f is equal to 1 by 2 pi root C equivalent into L, where C equivalent equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2. In Colpitts the same, but C equivalent equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3, that's all. Whereas in a sustained oscillation conditions, we are going to assume real part is equal to 0 in a general equations. So in that we have got the HF is equal to L2 by L1 for Hartley, and HF is equal to C2 by C1 for both Clap and Colpitts oscillators. I hope you all understand these three oscillators. Thank you, students.